Welcome back to The Watch, and we recently covered the article from The Verge where the person who wrote it. Let me just make sure we get their name. Their name is
Ash Parrish.
Ash Parrish. Okay, where this person just blatantly and openly admits to lying, purposefully hiding the fact that Sweet Baby Inc. launched a harassment campaign against an individual to try and hide the fact that, you know, they had involvement in games and they wanted to get their Steam account cancelled, lose all their games, and they literally call and send people over to do it. That was the employee of Sweet Baby Inc. Ash reported on this and just purposely omitted it because they literally said that would make it appear like the backlash that Sweet Baby Inc. is receiving might be justified, which it is, because that is what it makes it look like.
Yeah.
All right? So this person decided to voice their displeasure about it all and made a bit of a rant on, I think this is Discord. And this has been shared around online, and I thought we should react to it.
Yeah.
Because this is... it's just... one of those additional face-off moments where these activists are so insane, right, that they think what they say here helps their side out.
There's just got to be so much delusional, talking between them. You know what I mean? Like, how can they possibly...
It shows the bubble that they're in, right? Where they think they are so convinced that they are in the right that it's crazy that people would oppose them. When they are the ones that are openly pushing for racism, right? We're only hiring people according to the color of their skin, right? Trying to shame men from being attracted to pretty women, right? Trying to shame people from just being straight, basically, which is crazy. It's like...
just be a bit gay.
Be a bit gay. And it has to be diversity in everything, when ultimately this comes back to the attempt to try and destroy the fundamental unit in society, the nuclear family unit. Right? That's where it all comes down to. But they think that they are it's all about diversity and just making people feel comfortable and everything, that is gaslighting kind of speak to actually mean try and gain control over the institutes of power. They want to put their type of people who push their agenda in power, because it's really interesting that suddenly they're completely against diversity when someone who is diverse does not support them.
Yep.
Yeah. Like the amount of racist comments sent against Eric July, who is one of the most successful indie comic creators in the world at the moment, right, is insane by this woke mob. He's black and is really successful. They don't want to support him. They hate him, right? And so, no, they're actually racist, these people, and it's all about power. But they are deluded, so deluded to think they're in the right. And they are amazed that people could disagree with them.
I just can't get over it.
It's crazy, isn't it? Here's another example of this. So Ash says, I hope those of y'all with an open mind realize that Sweet Baby is not your enemy. Already we're like, really? The person who worked for Sweet Baby literally tried to get a guy's, cancelled and his Steam group shut down, and they are sending harassment mobs, and the CEO is admitted to launching, I guess, a racket, a protection racket against it, where she literally says, terrify game developers into accepting us. Yep. And so they go around basically with the threat of cancellation to game developing companies to get them to work for them. These are evil people, right?
It's literally terrorism.
But they're not our enemy.
No,
not at all. They don't hate straight white men. Not at all.
You just want to exclude them from
they're not accusing us for being sexist, misogynist, racist, for doing
just existing.
All that, just stating basic facts. Like, one of their attacks against me is the fact that I say, as a straight man, I'm not attracted to men. As a result of that, I find men kissing other men not only unattractive, I'm repulsed by that because I'm a straight guy. Just like a gay guy might be repulsed by two women kissing, right? It is such a blatant truth of reality. Merely stating that has caused people to attack me and they claim that I'm this vile homophobe. When hang on, I'm happy to be friends with gay people. That's not a problem. I'm just not gay. Is the problem is that your issue? You have an issue with the fact that I'm straight and that I do not enjoy seeing things that I'm not attracted to.
Just be a bit gay, you bigot.
That's the thing, right? But then people actually reframe, and this is disgusting, right? People have actually tried to say that, and they say Shad has said he thinks gay people are repulsive, which I've never said that. I said I find seeing two gay men kiss repulsive because I'm not gay. But that means they then interpret, I think all people like that are repulsive, which is nonsense. Absolute bullcrap, okay? Had gay friends, I have gay associates, everything like that, all right? It's just that I'm not gay. And then, the woke mob, right? People like Sweet Baby Inc. And they do this to gamers. If you do not accept, or no, it's not only that, if you do not celebrate LGBT propaganda, you are a homophobe.
You got to be a bit gay, you know?
But that's the thing. They're not our enemy, yet they will lambast us with any number of, like, accusing being homophobe, sexist, transphobic, all this stuff, right? For just saying we're straight, or something like that, or something as tepid as that, and then they lash out and attack. And with those attacks, those are the types of attacks that get people cancelled, right? Get people to lose their jobs and everything like that, but they're not our enemy. Piss off!
Yeah,
Like, really?
They cry out in pain as they strike you.
Yes, I'm not hurting you. I'm not your enemy. Just let me destroy your life and let me upend Western civilization. But they're not our enemy. This person actually believes that. She's the type of person that will actively work to destroy someone's life and believe, I'm not your enemy. This is for your own good. Let me destroy everything you love.
When they come to you and they say, just be a bit gay, you need to stand your ground and say, but my bum.
There's some
There's some
old law there.
No gaying today, sir, for me.
So they continue. I hope you realise that woke is also not your enemy, and that your group's continued crusade against woke makes you look bigoted.
Well, in the same spirit, our crusade against you will not be your enemy.
Yeah, we're not your enemy either.
Nope.
We just don't want crap games.
Yeah.
Like, this is... not sending any harassment to and by any... Of course, people don't harass this person, Ash, whatever their name is, right? Okay? Our stance is, if it's a game that you don't like, and you can clearly see warning signs, if it has any woke thing, that's the message. And these are people that are trying to push for ideals and things that, one, work against our ideals, right? And things like... So, the result is, I'm not going to have a part of it. That's where it ends. I'm just like, you will be ignored and disregarded, right? But that's not good enough. You need to support them, and if you don't support them, you look a bit bigoted. That's what
you don't actively enjoy it.
If you do not actively enjoy our woke crusade, it makes you look a bit bigoted.
Yeah.
Now, by the way, that's another one of those labels. They try and browbeat and shame. If you don't do what I say, you're an awful person. You don't want to be an awful person. It's the exact same playbook. You look bigoted. You know the only people saying that is your woke mob. To regular people, they're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. You just like sexy people in games, or don't want to, you're not attracted to men, so you're not going to watch the gay sex. That sounds a bit normal. But people like that, if you do not watch this, you are a bigot, sir.
Luckily for me, I don't really care what comments think.
That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Like the gaming industry, like the gaming community is saying, we do not care what you think. We don't like the woke stuff. We don't care. Get lost. But then their response is, why are you having a problem with woke stuff? We're not your enemy. In fact, you just saying no is a crusade against them. Now, I admit, here on Night's Watch, we might be encouraging people to reject the woke stuff. That's what we do here.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to call it a crusade.
I want to prove that I am not homophobic right now. When I was a kid, I watched and I'm talking like 10 years old, I watched every single episode of Will and Grace. Do you know what Will and Grace is?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's I think there's 3 dude kiss scenes in that, and they were like that over in a second. Are they homophobic?
Captain Holt from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, one of my favourite characters.
He's hilarious.
He's absolutely hilarious. Gay character. In fact, it enhances his character, right? And they handle it so well.
Yeah.
The fact that the gay character in House of Dragon, absolutely essential for the progress of that story. It enhanced the story.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the husband who like that actually was important to the story and is necessary and enhanced it overall. Okay, so anyone who says, "Oh, you have a problem with gay people in the year," piss off. No, because they celebrate as something better than traditional relationships. And it's like, No, I'm quite happy with, the fact that I'm married and that people get married and they will raise children. And I think the family is the most important unit in society. That's worth something celebrating.
Yep.
Okay. And people are perfectly entitled to live their life the way they want as long as they're not harming anyone else, right? But that's not going to change the fact that I want to celebrate traditional family relations. That's what I feel to be celebrated, and that's the type of stuff I love to see in media as well. A father acting like a father, a mother acting like a mother, and sacrificing to help out the world. Those are the things that resonate with me. So they continue. I hope you understand that non-sexualized depictions of women, the inclusion of people of color and queer people in the games themselves make them, and writing about them, is a net positive for gaming. Non-sexualized depictions of women is a net positive for gaming. I don't think that's actually the case, because it seems like gamers like sexy women. It's escapist media. And the fact that, you have ugly women, because when they say non-sexualized, they mean actually ugly women that look like men, right?
Yeah.
That makes guys like, I don't want to play that. That's not a protagonist I'm interested to watching.
I love how they just don't. Do they reason that out at all? Why?
Well, they actually believe. No, I'm not sure if they're aware that the gamers. They must be aware that gamers don't like this. But their goal is to shame gamers and force them to support and like it. And if they don't, you're a bigot. And so they think if we can force gamers, shame them into liking this stuff, well, it'll be a net positive overall, won't it?
It all comes back to, what was her name? The first gaming feminist lady.
Anita Sarkeesian?
Anita Sarkeesian. It all comes back to her male gaze thing.
Yeah.
Which is...
Sexism in gaming.
If you didn't think this was crazy, right? Just looking at a woman in any sort of way...
And so, again, she's so deluded, or whoever this person is, that you understand, this is a net positive. We're just the good guys, right? And you understand non-sexualized women, the inclusion of people of color already included, queer people in the games. It doesn't matter if queer people are in the games. I don't have an issue with queer people in games or everything like that. It's about the sexual side of stuff and what you're pushing on the screen then, especially in front of children. That's the issue. But there's all this stuff in there, right? And that's what they mean about queer people they don't want queer people in games. They want queer people games where their whole identity is being gay. It needs to be celebrated, and they need to also make sure there is gay sex in there and for you to see, and you better enjoy it. And that's what they mean about queer representation. I don't think any gamer or any person has an issue that their character is a gay in a video game, right? But anyway, that's there's actual... the real meaning of what they're saying here is more nefarious, because it's not just having gay people gay. No, they want vastly more. And the fact that all the women are looking like
an army.
all the women are looking like men, that has a more nefarious goal as well.
I wonder what it could be.
Wonder what it could be, right? And writing about them positive, so something to be celebrated, not memed. I hope more of you, like you've done here, actually talk to people you disagree with. So, yeah, talking to people you disagree with, and she's obviously talking to people in gaming, but the fact that the whole, we're the good guys narrative is insane. What makes me sad is that this is a pattern of behavior that can really destroy people's lives. You mean, like accusing people of sexual assault and causing them to commit suicide? You reckon those types of things don't destroy people's lives?
Yeah, or, destroying the video games industry.
Yeah. Do you think your woke propaganda, making crap games that no one wants to pay, that causes entire game companies to go bankrupt, doesn't destroy people's lives? And so this person's mentality is literally accept the slop, because we worked hard on the slop and people will lose their job if you don't eat the slop. No, we're not going to make you anything good. All right, but you're the bad guys. We're not the bad guys for making crap that no one wants. You're the bad guys for not eating the slop. That's their mentality. And if you don't, you're destroying people's lives. Are you insane?
They can't help but have this mentality, though, because they can't justify anything they say.
Yeah.
If you ever speak to these people, and I do this all the time, right? Whenever they say this stuff, right? Like, oh, we need inclusivity, we need this, that. I just ask why. Why is that an inherently good thing? And they don't have any answers.
Well, it's all about power and agenda, Okay, so I go on to say, so they're saying, I don't know who she's speaking to, because, while I believe you when you say you're going to try and clean up your act, it's it feels like some of her propaganda might have got people to say, we'll do better, where it's like, you're a bigoted, awful person, don't you? You don't want to look bigoted when doing all that stuff. And that some people this works against. And it's propaganda manipulation. There'll be those who don't want to clean up their act, and so I'll get pushed into private discords with more like-minded folks who feel like they have more license or freedom to let their worst impulses fly. So they'll get pushed into discords where their dark impulses will just be fed, right? And just rejecting the woke stuff. Those are these dark, vile impulses.
Definitely not the Team Oz Discord at all.
No, definitely not. And they'll get even more on the fringe. The things they talk about will get worse and worse until the alienation is complete. They've lost friends, families, jobs, and health because nobody wants to be around them for this kind of behavior. It's like, no, nobody wants to be around you woke activists. Okay, it happened with Gamergate and QAnon. It'll happen again. I hope you'll stop digging through Kim Belair's and Alyssa McCante's social media, posting pictures of them and photoshopping images of them.
Gamergate and QAnon. Wow. The
now,
gamers are in control.
When she says that end thing, like the photoshopping images, it's probably just memes, right? But the digging through their social media is like, don't hold them to account. Don't find the fact that, I forget which one said that, you can't be racist to white people. Okay.
You can try, but...
It might be Alyssa McCante who said that, I think. She said that, right? Like, this is an attempt to try and don't hold them to account. Don't dig through what they say before or anything like that, because they hate it when their crappy attitudes and actual sexism is exposed.
If it isn't the consequences of my own actions. My only weakness.
But this is it. Well, like, we're doing this to you, holding you to your own actions, Ash, you lying, dishonest hack.
And honestly, right, if things that you've said in the past that you wish you didn't say come back out, you're perfectly allowed to be like, okay, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have said that. I never will because I'm perfect all the time, but you're allowed to.
Do you think they'll, I don't know, like I said, maybe looks like a woman in the thing, in a picture. Do you think she will say, okay, actively admitting crucial information, my article was wrong?
No.
I don't think they will. No. Yeah. They're activists. They're liars. They have an agenda, and Ash has just blatantly exposed themselves as being not a journalist, an activist, only pushing for that. These people are not worth the time of day, except to be called out on their crap. That's the only attention they deserve.
This is why being a edgy / somewhat horrible person can actually be a virtue, because I'm never going to be as unself-aware as these people.
I mean, yeah, the how oblivious they are to, and they honestly believe I'm the good person.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy. Gamergate 2 continues to be a wild ride, I tell you. And we're going to be there for the whole journey. As always, stay on watch.